You are watching in-depth, in-real-life gameplay coverage of the Star Wars Destiny Prime Championship held on October 5th in beautiful Portland, Oregon, USA. This event was hosted and run by Smugglers Run Gaming. Find them on Facebook at Smugglers Run Gaming. Event officiating and video coverage provided by Dice Commando. Hello everyone and welcome back to Dice Commando. This is the top 8 match of the Portland, Oregon Prime Championship on October 5th here in Portland, Oregon. On our left we have Jeff. He was first place after the 6 rounds of Swiss. And on our right we have Brian Register, who was in 8th place after the Swiss rounds. Unfortunately, these guys actually saw each other in round 6 of Swiss, so it's a immediate rematch. So Brian had won the Battlefield roll-off and chose Night Sister Lair, so he is on, of course, the bounty package. We have 90 minutes for this round. The clock just started, so let's do this. All right, so he opens with, all right, Dead or Alive onto Palp. He'll get his $1 back for the Night Sister Lair. Goes to Jeff. We see a Neiman Mastery in his hand. All right, Jabba comes in with nothing, but we did also see a Forsaken in Jeff's hand, so at least that's online for him. He'll look at the top 4 cards of his deck, and he'll pull a yellow event there. He's not playing any bounties, so doesn't have to worry about that, but it does look like he missed, so no events will go to his hand. Goes to Brian. He's grabbing for a resource in case he's going to pay something else, probably another bounty. All right, he actually puts the other Dead or Alive onto Palpatine, which that's fine, because that'll make him 2 money when Palpatine comes in eventually. All right, so there's Neiman training for 1. So we see DXs in Brian's hand. He's going to be waiting on, probably he puts those on IG. Nope, he's just going to roll. Okay, take it back. He's going to roll an IG first. So IG comes in with a 2 Disrupt and 2 Gun. That EMP, the electromagnetic pulse in, okay, so he's going to forsake the 2, actually. I was thinking he might, I was going to say, we might EMP the Disrupt to protect his money, but. Alright, so Phasma coming in. A Focus and a Special. Specials were 2 currently. Alright, Jump for, okay, that's why I wasn't worried about it. It does have a Jump. And there's a Focus to the 3 for 1. He can pay for it if he wants to. Yep, so he goes to the 3 for 1. Again, he knows he's getting money eventually. All right, there's the EMP, electromagnetic pulse, to remove a droid or vehicle die. So IG, of course, is a droid. Gets removed. Good turn for Jeff so far. Looks like he might actually have 2 DX pistols. Alright, so we're going to resolve specials here, it looks like. I think he's deciding who to go for. And puts the 2 into Palp, takes the shields off. Alright, Palpatine coming in. Brian will get his 2 money for the activation on Dead or Alive, which he does take. Alright, there's a Force Jump special, which doesn't do him a ton of good now with all those dice out of the pool. But it can activate and eventually roll into a shield. That'll be his goal. Alright, there is an enticing reward, paying 1. I mean, Brian didn't get any damage through, but he's going to have a pretty good sort of ramp turn. He's going to be able to get a pistol down. But that the Dead or Alive money is going to keep making him bank. It looks like we're resolving melee here. So in the Swiss round, Jeff went for IG, but it looks like he went for IG first, but it looks like he's switching targets. He went for IG-88 first, but then ended up fatal blowing Phasma basically right off the table later in game. But it looks like he's going after Phasma first here. Maybe he'll go for an earlier fatal blow. Last game, in the Swiss game, Jeff had a hard time getting upgrades on early. So maybe he's switching strategy now that he's doing okay. Yep, there's 2 for the DX as expected. Now, the DX die is unblockable, and the modified side, anything it modifies also becomes unblockable, which is quite relevant with the Palpatine shields, right? So there's $1. Puts him in a good position for a Neiman Mastery if he wants. All right, so there's the Palpatine power action to reroll in. All right, goes to the special, which doesn't do him much good here. Jeff only has 1 card in hand. It's the Neiman Mastery that we know. Alright, so Brian claims, and Jeff's probably going to shield up. He's not going to want to get rid of his Neiman Mastery. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but Brian has claimed here, so. Alright, yep, so there's the jump. Okay, into the shield. So that'll get him 3 shields. Assuming he doesn't pitch to reroll, but that's 1 shield at least for now on Palpatine. Yep, takes the other 2. And probably calls it a day here. He could overwrite and then flip. I was going to say he could overwrite and then flip job into a money. But he's just going to go into the next round, which is not surprising. But Brian, interestingly enough, can come out swinging here. Those 3 shields are, in theory, well, really only irrelevant for 1 paired die, but he could potentially flip or slip 3 damage through him. So, and do not underestimate IG's power action now that both characters have bounties on them. Of course, you can resolve a bounty hunter die against all characters with a bounty. We also see Brian sitting pretty with a pulse cannon. He's going to make $2 when Palpatine rolls in. Alright, Phasma rolls 8. That's the... Is that the 1 or the 2? And that's the 2 gun and the special, so that's not bad. Alright, Jabba comes in with the +2 resource. Looking at the top 4 cards. We do see a dangerous, so it looks like he got 2 and he's choosing right now. Jeff does a really good job leaving his hand on the table to separate and make sure there's no mixing. Alright, so yep, so he's going to take Dangerous Maneuver into his hand. Goes back to Brian here. Brian had been indicating a resolution, so resolve is a special first for the 2. It's highly unlikely it'll get to 6 this round. Alright, there's a Forbidden Lore. Reduce the cost of the next ability by 1 and let him draw. Alright, there's 1 net through the shields with the 2 ranged. Put 1 damage in. Palp now has an effective 9 left. Alright, there's the lore to reduce the cost of another jump by 1. Making it free and then spotting a Sith to draw a card. So Palp's now at 13 health, 12 hit points remaining. Back to Brian here. So he looks like he's got a pretty good hand there. It is his action, though. I think in his ideal world, of course, Palp would have come in, fed him the money, and he could have pulse cannon. So I could see him passing here. In fact, with the way Jeff's fanning out his cards, I actually believe that's what happened. I believe Brian passed to Jeff. But it doesn't do Jeff any good. Sometimes you can get in a situation where your opponent passes and you can kind of get out on him by passing again and going to the next round. But that doesn't help Jeff because he hasn't done what he needed to do. So, alright, so Neiman comes down. He could flip a character die to any side. He goes for the 2 focus, which sets him up pretty well for the Palpatine roll-in. I mean, if Brian's on the pass train here, I think he probably just keeps it up, right? Yep, that's what he did. Right, so Palpatine's coming in. He's going to get those $2 he really wants for his pulse cannon. Right, there we go. Alright, so we do have 2 melee showing, tons of focus. No super killer die like a Force Storm on the table yet, but... Alright, there's a Prey Upon. Character with a bounty to remove character upgrade dice. Alright, takes $1. that 1, 2. So I was wrong. It looks like he's not going to go for the pulse cannon. Okay, he's going for his other DX2. Wants the ability to pay for the IG 3 for 1, which makes sense. There is that is a force jump in play though, however, which will allow to blanks at least one, but Brian can hope that he rolls more than one gun each time. All right, so there's a resolving focus to go to a special and a special. I'm surprised yeah, okay, so that's, yeah, there he goes, because there was nothing else to flip to on Neiman, right? So, I mean, he could have used it defensively to flip IG and the DX, but he's going to go offensive and go 2 melee, 2 melee. Yeah, Forsaken in Jeff's hands probably not going to do him any good this round, but you never know. So it's Brian's action here. Yep, here comes IG. Let's see what he can do. Now, do remember those DX2s are not bounty hunter dice, so it's only IG's dice right now. There's a pretty good roll. Of course, well, they're just all both going to get blank. So blank one and re-roll, and then he'll blank the other and re-roll. It's the shield, and blank and re-roll. So Brian will have to re-roll in and hope to get a whole bunch of guns here. We see a riot shield, bounty board, and a pulse cannon. I know he likes to use the bounty board to fish, but drops a pulse cannon. I was going to say I think the bounty board might be the right pitch, but obviously Brian's in the top 8, knows what he's doing here with his deck. All right, there's 2 sides. One of them's the 3 for 1, which he can pay for to resolve into both characters, so that's good for him. Back to Jeff here. I don't see why Jeff wouldn't. You know, I guess he could be thinking taking shields. Obviously, Brian's indicated he doesn't have the removal for the 2s because he didn't take them. So, Jeff's going for it. So he's going to pay 2. I'm thinking. I mean, obviously there's a mastery. All right. So, or sorry, yeah, the fatal blow is what I mean. So he's paying 2 for fatal blow. So he's going to resolve Palpatine's at a +4. So revolve that for 6 into Phasma. So Phasma is 2 from dead right now, and it is showing, so looks to be a fully loaded IG versus Palpatine here. Alright, so there's the power action. He'll hit for 3 apiece. Alright, so Palpatine is now back at 10. 14 health, 4 damage, 10 hit points, and then there goes Phasma as expected. Now, we have not yet seen the Palpatine power action. It's a pretty low chance of getting the 2, but he could, in theory, use it defensively. So I think Brian will have to hit here. Yep, one more. Puts Palpatine at 5. Oh, sorry, he went for Jabba. Okay, puts Jabba at 4. All right, there is the power action. Neiman will come in. I should say Mastery will come in. It's a focus. Low probability, but you may as well use it, right? All right, so Brian takes $1. He's not going to play around with the discard to rerolls. He's probably going to play, actually, I bet he's going to play his bounty board and then fish out a bounty. All right, there's the 2 shields. Not a shocker there. Now, he won't necessarily play that bounty, but the bounty board can help him feed 1 additional card per round, even if it's just for a reroll. Okay, so paying 1. Or not. So it looks like he asked for how many cards in hand, which is currently 4. So okay, so he's going to pay 1. Yep, there's this bounty board. Yep. Jeff may actually claim here. May claim and then just eat the 2. He could dangerous maneuver, I suppose. Okay, so he's going to pitch a dangerous to... Yeah, so he rerolled once, got right back to where he was. Right, that'll allow for a tutor, so he'll pull downgrade of his choice, or a bounty of his choice, sorry. Grabs, okay, wanted. That will go to his hand. It goes back to Jeff here. All right, nope, gets rid of the other one. All right. So now Brian will claim because there's really no reason for him to do anything because it'll get blanked. So looks like he might be pitching to reroll here. Oh no, okay, sorry, he's just gonna play it on Jabba. Yeah, I think what had happened there, I think Brian had grabbed one for the Night Sister layer, but he had already, of course, used it, so that dollar did go away, which is the correct move. So while in Swiss there was a non-interference policy, I was actually sitting at the top table marshaling. So hopefully all must-do type actions were captured. All right, next round. All right, Jeff rolls in with Jabba. He'll look. Pulls Desperate Measures. So I'm not sure if Brian's playing with IG 2000 or not. But hey, I think for Jeff, a card is a card at this point. Brian's action here. All right, there's a Separatist embargo. All right, Palp's down for 2 and back for 2. All right, full up on downgrades on Palpatine. He's carrying 3 downgrades. Back to Jeff. All right, bartering for 1. All right, here comes IG. Oh, bad roll. Brian really needed to be able to get some in before those force jumps at the table. All right, he's going to Forsaken. Forsaken's the DX2. Yep, it is. Yep, it's legal. That'll let Brian pitch to reroll here. Gets rid of his best defense, which is, of course, worthless now. And goes into... All right, does get 1 IG die. Not a great roll there. All right, there's a... I think he's going to pushing... that's all he's got left, right? So pushing slash. So what he's going to do is he's going to activate Palpatine. He can resolve a die, and then because he has Neiman Mastery on it, he can turn a die to any side. But he does have to resolve before he turns. All right, so it's a lot to keep track of there, but he's got plenty of 2 melees on the table for resolutions. He also has specials on both his jumps. All right, so that's so he's actually going to resolve the jump. It goes into the blank. And yeah, that's it. Now he gets to turn a die to any side. So you go. Alright, goes pelt to the 2 saber, so 6 damage showing. That right shield can suck up 2 of them. Alright, pays 1 to automated defense. Yeah, one of the 2s, one of the palp 2s. I'm sure he hits for 4 here, right? Okay, hits for 4, so does he? I'm sure he takes 2 on the shield, right? Nope, he's just going to take the 4. Pays 1 for another bounty board, okay? So Brian potentially has 2 rerolls this turn. It'll take him a couple actions to get there, of course, but these guys are at kind of an impasse, right? So because right now Brian has no cards in hand. Okay, so he's going to resolve Neiman. So the reason he's doing that, he wants to get off the board, right? So he's going to resolve Neiman for an upgrade die to any side and then a character die to any side. Because that was the DX he turned. So he has to flip a character. And that's my hand in there right now reading. So he's going to have to flip a character. Yep. Okay, so he goes to the +2. All right, there's the bounty board for 1. Jeff will maybe discard it with his bartering there. Okay, not the case, actually. He's going to power action Palpatine to roll back in. Neiman, oh, gets a special. Brian cannot, just cannot stay on top of this. Everything he does, even when he hits, he gets blanked. So it is Brian's action here because of the palp roll in, right? Yep, there's a pitch to re-roll. But even if he's got a hit on all 3, which he does not, so he's on lockdown for sure. Okay, so that's a blank of a character die and then upgrade die to any side. And bartering will go to it. Does he go to special? Oh, he just goes, oh yeah, of course, because he has the +2 on Jabba, of course. Back to Brian here. Looks like he's just going to claim. Let Jeff do what he wants. Jeff will take 3. Okay, so he's going to do his jump thing. He's going to keep resolving specials on jump and look for the shield. Alright, so he'll roll this jump and it gets special again, so he'll resolve it. Gets blank. Alright, so no shields there. He may pitch to reroll. He doesn't need the desperate measures. Alright, oh, actually dropped a well connected. So he's just looking for shields, looking for any sort of advantage he can get out of this. And who can blame him? So there's 1 shield. And then even if he blanks on the force jump, but he's already a 3 up on shield, so he'll give it to Jabba, I guess. So there we go. Blank, and then he'll Neiman to a special, and then, alright, yeah, okay, any side shield. Just got it right there. Yeah, it's to any side, so that's good. And then Jabba will take a shield. That should do it. All right, we will go into the next round here. Brian gets first strike. Very different game here than we saw in the end of Swiss, but that's what Galactic Deception does, right? So. All right, but Brian gets first strike, so he has 3 right now, and then has a potential, not potential, will get 2 more, because it's not like Palp's not going to come in. So, right, so he's going to pay 1, or maybe not. I'm betting he wished he'd used that Riot Shield last round to free up the upgrade slot. All right, IG coming in. 2, 2, plus 2. And that plus 2 is unblockable and makes the die it's paired with unblockable. All right, doing the die count. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, yep, says 8. Oh, there's 1 more health for him. Another die, of course, but really just after the health. So that's 6 abilities, so 16. I don't know, these DX2s can get the job done if things go right. Probably unlikely, but it could happen. Brian's got to resolve guns and get him off the table here, right? So he's got the power action online if he wants it, but I think at least do the 4 unblockable. He may be thinking about going after Jabba. Okay, so there's the 4 unblockable. Puts Palpatine at 8, which leaves him with 8 more health. Okay, and there's the back death for 2. It's back at 3. That was actually exactly what Jeff wanted. Alright, there's the power action for 2 apiece. So it takes it on the shields on Palpatine and 1 net into Jabba. Alright, here comes Jabba. Okay, look at the top 4. Okay, looks like he struck out. Back to Brian here. So Brian pays 3. He must be playing 2000. Yep, there it is. All right, there's IG 2000 right there. So do you know that IG 2000 not only is a bounty hunter die while you have a bounty hunter in play, but also resolves for free. So that 3 for 1 is not 3 for 1 while IG's alive. Of course, at this point, if IG's not alive, we're not playing. So back to Jeff here. I can't imagine Jeff not just rolling in right here and feeding Brian the $2 he's probably looking for. All right, Palp Saber. So we've got 4 melee showing. We've got focus showing. We do have Neiman. The Neiman trainings, man, those guys get job done. Having IG 2000 on the table is actually really big for Brian, just because Neiman is not an upgrade die. However, he can still get jumped. All right, so there's a Sinister Piece, discarding a Tactical, which is useless to him to remove a 2. Alright, so there he used the shield, which makes sense. Frees up an upgrade slot for him. Alright, here comes IG 2000. It's a 1 shield, not what he was hoping for at all. Alright, $2, so $3, sorry. Alright, loses his Admiral. There's some guns. I'm curious if he doesn't Desperate Measures the... Looks like he's just going to go into blank mode. Alright, so there's Neiman Training to flip a die to an upgrade die to any side, which looks like it's going to jump, so he'll blank IG. 2000, that is. Roll back in for a blank. And he's still resolving, well, no specials left to resolve. I'll let Brian hit for 1, at least get something done here. Okay, Brian's pitching to re-roll. There he goes. There's some more guns. That'll put him closer to, well, closer. Okay, so he's going to Desperate Measures the Separatist Embargo, so that came off. So Force Storm's good again, which of course is what Jeff wants. So 1 indirect goes into Jabba, goes back to Brian here, who... Okay, he's going for Jabba. Puts it all into Jabba. 1 health remaining there. Jeff was more than happy to see that. Alright, there's the Force Storm. It was a nice use of Desperate Measures to get rid of that embargo. Man, Palp is a tank right now. Alright, Brian's going to claim. Here comes Force Storm. Alright, it's a 2 discard, but he can just go to work here. He has all the focus, or not all the focus, he has a focus. But he'll get to at least put a charge counter on it. Okay, so that's what he'll do. So we'll add the resource to mark 1 damage, and then ping for 1, and then re-roll back in. Get his discard. He'll certainly pitch to re-roll here. He has plenty of other dice with focus or pseudo-focus on the table. So I don't see him not going for it. Although, actually, I take that back, because the card in his hand is a Bacta. So he doesn't really need it right now, right? I mean, he's sitting at 3, 4, 17 health. Yeah, it looks like he's going to save the Bacta. Playing it safe, it's what's got him here, so he might still be thinking about it. But in the end, right now, he needs to do 7 damage. Alright, so yeah, he's going to pass. Saving on that Bacta. Which, you know, that could, I mean, if he's playing a second embargo, that could get embargoed, right? Of course, he just drew a Desperate Measures in case it does get embargoed, so. Poor Brian here is just running up into a brick wall. Alright, so he's paying 3. Pulse Cannon time? It is. Alright, there's his Pulse Cannon. Give him a little bit of a threat on the table. Alright, Jeff, he'll bring in Palpatine and put on the pain, and then Brian does have the option, or it's a May on the Dead or Alive, but it looks like he's grabbing his resources, which is good. That's a whole bunch of dice. It's going to take me a second. All right, there's a Force Storm special, which is the... Or wait, no, is it? No, Force Storm's on its 4 indirect, sorry. Oh, Neiman's on it. Neiman train... Oh, well, both Neimans are on special. Now, a single resolution on Force Storm's worth 2, right? So... Alright, there's some guns, though. So, Jeff will probably have to use his Neiman mastery defensively here. He does have a jump. Alright, so he'll blank and then reroll in. Then that die won't be able to be resolved again this round. Does get the special. That's why he's setting it aside, is because it can't be resolved. Oh, is he actually going to Neiman into his other jump? He's just going full control here, I think. Okay, yep, so he's going to turn an upgrade die to any side. And then Neiman will, looks like, do the same. Okay, so he is going to... Alright, so he's going to do Palp there. So he'll let IG go through, and then he'll turn... Yep, because it is to any side on Neiman, so he goes to the Disrupt for 1. Alright, okay. Oh, here's a shot. So take flight, so he gets to reroll 2 yellow dice with Ambush. I think you got to reroll the Pulse Cannon. Oh, maybe not. He's got the money, so maybe he just actually pays for the Pulse Cannon. Does lose in 1 potential resolution, but yeah, so he's picking up those 2 blanks there. Maybe. Okay, Pulse Cannon. Fair enough. I don't blame that play at all. Alright, so I'll guess right back to where he is. So he still has Ambush, but not what he was hoping for. Okay, so he's going to do it right away. He's just going to go right on the Pulse Cannon, so he'll Disrupt 1, paying 1. Gets 1. Okay, so that'll drop Jabba, which is going to do a whole bunch of triggers. Alright, and then Pulse Cannon, so Disrupt. And then he'll get his bounties here. So he gets to actually play an upgrade from his discard pile. And that other Pulse Cannon's there, so... Wow. Then he'll remove a blank to do it, but... Wow. Alright, and then he'll do Wanted, get his money. Alright. Alright, back to Jeff here. And that was pretty cool on... I mean, that was actually a horrible roll for his Pulse Cannon for what he needed to do. But, 2 Pulse... If he can live through this round, 2 Pulse Cannons is not a bad deal. Alright, but there's a Sith Teachings to remove a die. Or remove a die showing a blank, so that DX2 is gone. Okay. And that is 1 more ability on him. IG-2000 coming in. Hits not guns. Nothing but guns matters right now. Alright, there's 4 indirects. So that is 9 health, so 3 health remaining. Oh, he's playing 2 copies of IG-2000. Nothing there for him. Alright, power action the Force Storm back in to shield. He only needs to come up with 1 more out there. Alright, yep, he's just willing to absorb the 3 to close out this round, because that Force Storms were 2, that Force Storm specials were 2, so that's showing 4. So, alright, Brian will shoot. so that'll not quite end it yet. He's got to do it formally, but 2 more in. And then that 2's out there, so right. He'll just take the dollar and then he'll take it. So, all right, that will kill. And all right, so that is the end of game 1 of this best of 3 match. We're going to take a pause and go to fast forward and then be back very, very shortly. All right, we're back for game 2 of this best of 3 match. So in the best of 3 format, the person who loses the first game gets to essentially have initiatives if they'd won the roll-off. So Brian has chosen to use Night Sister Lair again, so you can reap the rewards there. Jeff will put the shields on Palpatine, which is no surprise, and we're going to get started. Opens up right away with the Dead or Alive, gets his money back. Jabba comes in, looking of course. Going fishing, and looks like he came up empty. Okay, and then Brian's paying 1 for, okay, bounty board. So we see forced, we see all sorts of abilities. All right, there is a well-connected for $1. Jeff's all ready to use that Sith Teachings on a blank. All right, there's another bounty, of course. That'll set Jabba up and turn on the IG power action. It'll be Jeff's action here once we do the cut. All right, so do note we have 43 minutes left in round, so if this goes to a third game, it's going to be very tight. A tiebreaker type match will not favor Palpatine early. All right, so it looks like we actually just had a pass. That's not going to work out well for Brian. All right, so he got rid of Sith Teachings, interestingly enough. He's looking for his 1-drops. Looks like he just drew a forced jump and something yellow. All right, so Brian goes for his wanted. He'll gain his dollar for the first time playing the sister, and then of course on a repeat of what we've seen every time, we'll go with Jabba. And he'll put yellow, so we just saw Bacta go to, or well, we saw him draw a Bacta, so it'll go to the bottom. So he'll pull well connected. This one I think is going to be quick with that Force Storm and the Neiman, but I've been wrong before. Jeff's also set up because he has a Forsaken and 1 die in the pool. All right, here comes IG. Rolls Disrupt. All right, Force Storm right out the gate. Force Storm for 4. You usually don't like to do that as Palp, to put all your resources into something only going to get you 1 health, but we do know, of course, that he's got other options. Right, Phasma coming in. All right, there's a 1. Jeff's fine. Yeah, I was going to say Jeff's fine with him doing Disrupt at this point anyway, even if he couldn't have gotten his jump on the table. So, all right, so Palp now at 12. All right, there's a pitch to re-roll. Won't need the Desperate Measures. I suppose you could use it on a Forbidden Lore, but all right, there's a good roll. It's what Brian needs to get into this. Got to burst down Palp fast, otherwise Brian is choked out here. Alright, there's a Forsaken. Remove 1 of the IG dice. Brian will probably power action, just probably because that's worth more. But I mean, it really doesn't. Yeah, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to power action. I mean, technically, you got to get Palp down, so it doesn't really matter what happens to Jabba. But takes the shields off Palp and puts 2 into Palpatine. It goes back to Jeff. All right, in comes Palpatine. Brian will take his dollar. He has $5 right now. Oh, but there's the Force Storm special to get the party started. Let's see if with his 5 resources he can control that. Again, this could really take off on Brian here if he can't control. All right, there's the removal. Character with a bounty, character or upgrade die. Yep. All right, so I'm sure we'll get the power action. Reroll back in here. 4 indirect. All right, looks like there's the 3. So 9 effective health remaining for the moment. All right, Jeff's going to 2 focus. Yep, go to his special, I'm sure, and then the +2 money. Yep. He's going to set himself up for a Neiman training to keep that special alive as long as he can. Or sorry, Neiman Mastery, sorry about that. Right, he's going to pay 1. He's going to embargo. All right, this time for Bacta. All right, so he's going to resolve the special. He'll charge up for 1, do 1, 2. Oh, a man into the 3 gun. All right, went for Phasma again. All right, so 1 on Phasma, 9 health remaining. Does have the 3 gun showing. Also has, of course, Neiman in his hand, which he'll eventually be able to play. All right, enticing reward goes on to Palpatine. That's really more of a win more in this case. Yeah, it's already they're having a discussion on whether to use it, but it was used. Yep, there's the 3 resources on Jeff's side, and it'll go back. Right, bounty board for a tutor for a bounty. Take a little bit here. All right, goes for dead or alive. Makes sense with this Palpatine. I like it. All right, pays 2 for Neiman. Upgrade or character on each side, so he goes to the special on the Force Storm. No surprise there. We do need to get done shuffling and cut, and then it'll be Brian's action. And I'm sure Brian will play the dead or alive. Okay, so it is Brian's action now. All right, he'll just pay the 1, put it on. Oh, puts it on Jabba. Yeah, rethought about it. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Yeah. All right, and then hits for 1, rolls back in with a 2 discard. So this does not do him any good. He's going to pitch to reroll. He does have the DM if he needs it. Desperate measure, sorry. For the embargo, I mean. All right, yep, so he's pitching a reroll. It's the 3 gun. Into Phasma, 5 health remaining now. And is he going to DM? He is. All right, so embargo gone. 1 more into Jabba. Can't keep that man embargoed. He is the Senator of the Galactic Republic. Or the Chancellor of the Galactic Republic, sorry. That man is the Senate. You can't embargo him. All right, next round, Brian will get us started. Right, just under 36 minutes left in this top 8 match. Jeff does appear to be in pretty solid control because he has not yet used, of course, his Fatal Blow. And even though it's not a sexy Fatal Blow, it's enough to wipe Phasma off the board right now, so that's even before he plays upgrades. Alright, DX2 down on IG. In comes Jabba. The 2 focus, that's strong with the Force. That's strong with the Force Storm. Alright, dangerous maneuver. Back to Brian here. Alright, IG coming in. There he goes. He's rolling a lot better this round, or this game, I should say. A heck of a lot better. It looks like he was going to play Assist Teachings, but... See... Oh, he just overwrote. Okay, overwrote a Neiman for Neiman, which is legal, right? You can only have one form attached, but it's not a play restriction. So, he overwrote Neiman for no cost, and then he gets to blank any character or upgrade die. So he goes for the DX, which makes sense to be able to take it on shields. Back to Brian here. Alright, yep, he's going to power action, which makes sense. So 3 apiece. Alright, Sys Teachings, yep, so he blanked it and then Sys Teachings to remove it. And that Sys Teaching special is now worth 2 for the remainder of the round because a die has been removed. It's worth 1 damage to character, 2 if a die has been removed this round. Phasma in with... oh, it's not enough to kill Jabba, sorry. It is a 3, though, on Jabba. It's only a 2 on Palpatine, but Palpatine just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger with that bartering. But 2 into Palpatine right here turns that special into a 3. Right, takes $1. And he's about to get 2 more, because here comes Papa Palp. Alright, and there is the Sith Teaching special, which we were talking about. So that was a nudge die, and we were unsure what it had rolled, so we left it on a blank. Alright, so there is a hunt them down. So he resolves that 2 at +3, which is increasing it by the number of bounties on it. So Palp just took 5. That's big. Yeah, now just doing his math here. He does, of course, have the maneuvers. Yeah, but he's not dead yet. But another... Alright, so there's the 2 focus. Alright, 4 storm special. And then Neiman, of course. Alright, there's 3. Alright, so Palp has... Alright, he's coloring up. That's good. Alright, so that puts Palpatine at 13 of 15. 2 health remaining. Now, the dangerous maneuvers is, of course, in play, but... Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 15, so he has 2 health remaining. Yep, he'll take care of that problem real quick. Dangerous maneuvers, he'll move 2 over. Okay, bounty board. For those of us watching, the constant tutoring with the bounty board is probably tedious, but again, if you put yourself in these player shoes, they're probably happy to have a quick 30-second break every now and then. Unless you're, of course, waiting to get your force storm off. Yeah, so we'll cut. And then it's Jeff's action. Jeff's already indicated he's resolving specials, so 2 into Phasma. And he put the resource on Force Storm already. And then 3 gun, right? There's a dead Phasma. He has not been able to get a Palpatine 2, but I'm sure he will with that Neiman, right? Alright, so there's a bounty down into Jabba. Just getting ready for a kill there if he can the next round. But things are about to get real ugly here. Alright, because there's a dead... I mean, that power action has been used up. There's a dead Phasma. Even the 4 indirect is looking real good right now, but the way Jeff plays this patiently, he's probably just going to ping, 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 ping. Alright, IG 2000 coming down. Again, that is a bounty hunter die. It can do some work. Alright, there's the power action as expected. Goes into a 2 discard, but that's irrelevant with the Neiman mastery on the table. Right, rolls a 1 resource. He does have take flight for the ambush. Alright, so this is gonna be ugly. Alright, there's the 2 on Palp that he needs for his fatal blow. And then 2, he of course doesn't have the money to pay for fatal blow yet, but alright, there's the 2 and it rolled right back into the special, so he can keep resolving specials if he wants. That Sith Teachings, of course, is on the special, so I don't know why he wouldn't resolve that, but there'll be plenty of opportunity for that later. Alright, there's IG 2000. He'll resolve specials, I'm sure, and blank that with the jump, as well as all his others. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a take flight with ambush. I'm sorry, I apologize. Obviously, they just takes that too. They're doing the quick count again, but he's right back to where he was before the dangerous maneuvers. So Jeff's action here to keep bringing the pain. Alright, there's a discard. Gets rid of the last card for the Riot Shield. Discard on the bartering. And then I'm sure Brian will claim, yeah, he's not kidding anybody, right? No options. Alright, so there's 2. Puts him at 4. Just got the 4 indirect. He's more than happy to see that. Okay, so there's 2 more. Puts him at 6. That's on the Sith Teaching special. Trading the 3 for the 5. Yep, puts him at 6. And then there's 6 more right there, so doesn't even need to pushing slash. Didn't even have to use his whole cards. Yep, there's 2 and there's 4. So, alright. Nicely done, gentlemen. These long matches can be very tough. Alright, so Jeff advances to the top 4. Great job today, Brian, showing up and making top 8. If you like what we're doing here on the Dice Commando channel, please show your support with a like and a subscribe. Please remember to keep all comments civil and constructive, and to help us continue to grow this amazing community. Thank you for watching Dice Commando.
Hi, I'm Jeff. This is Kalen. We're both playing Destiny today. Please like and subscribe, and go Commando. Shout out to Cloud City Rollers. Well,